Hello and welcome to the Lost Pines Workshop. I'm JC Jensen. So today's video is going to be a past project review, overview, whatever. So I built this project a few years back, and it's getting ready for a major climate change. It's going to be moving from Houston to Montana. So I got a hold of it, gave it a little bit of a tune-up, right? Re-waxed it, whatnot, got it prepared for the new climate that it's going to go live in. So here we go. This is we'll call it a steamer trunk that I made for a young lady. Supposed to have been a graduation gift, but it came out a little late. Anyway, this is modeled after an actual steamer trunk that my wife inherited back a few years back, that has a date on it from its original owner, which was her great-grandfather of 1857. So I used that after we actually restored that trunk. And then I wanted to make some type of something similar. Keepsake boxes, not keepsake box, what do they call them? Some cultures call them hope chests. So I wanted to make one. And so I used that old steamer trunk as my model. And this is my interpretation of that model. The case, the box and the lid, the primary wood for this is cherry. Secondary wood being walnut. And all of the walnut that is on here in these bands represents the metal banding, the tin banding that was on those old trunks. For the big glass metal latch that used to be on these, I created and made just a flip up locking handle. Locks in place, folds down, and allows easy access. Kind of neat. The top, this is what we call a coopered top. So this is a continuous piece of wood all the way through. That's about 2 inches wide, and then put together, and then painstakingly curved to give the curved top. And that curve continues, obviously, through the inside as well. On the side, I originally thought I would put leather handles on it. And it's kind of like, why? I've got wood. I did the latch out of wood. I make my own handles. So I made my own handles. I had the same issue with hinges. I could not find the hinges that I wanted for this piece. I looked at black iron pieces, which for both the hinge and the latch, I thought would really go together well, but I couldn't find the size and the shape that I wanted for this project. So I made them. Right. This is walnut and walnut with just black anodized screws to form these full-size wooden hinges. They function really well. The hinge pin for both the hinges and the latch are nothing more than a brass rod. But the banding continues throughout. The thickness, I kept to minimize the thickness of the walls. So all of these, the front and the back panel are 1/4 inch thick cherry. And then the two sides, I beefed those up a little since could be carried here. These are 3/8. The lid itself, throughout the top, this is about 1/4 inch, and then 3/8 again around for the banding at the bottom. And then, for the open and closure, just a simple chain to keep it open. Everything worked out really well. I was really pleased with this piece. It took me quite a long time, as I had never done a coopered top before, and bending this wood. I'd never done that before either. So all in all, it was a wonderful project. I enjoyed doing it. It's got its tune up, and It's actually going to get loaded in a truck tomorrow and head north. So just an idea. One of the many different things that I do. I don't have plans for this. I built this on the fly from here. I'm going to take some measurements and write it down so I can duplicate it. I did keep my patterns for the coopered top so that I could repeat that. That was a bit of a challenge. That was, I don't know, Google wasn't quite as good as it was now. I was not a YouTube person, so I just sat down and did the math and figured out what each section, the size of each section, and beveled the edges and da 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 da. But anyway, little show and tell review. If you got questions, comments of how and why and what for this type of project, shoot me a message down below and I'll get back to you on that. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like my steamer trunk, how about hitting the like button? Think about subscribing to the channel, and we'll see you down the road.